Okay, we're live. You can proceed. Go ahead.
Marcia, can you
Yeah.
mute if you're not, if you don't need to speak? Just because.
Okay, I will. I will.
Thank you so much.
And Dr. Echols, if you want to start just the same as we did Rain, the same type of spiel, and then they can go into their presentation.
Let me pull a document up really quickly.
Well, let me say to you, good morning. Well, good afternoon, Dr. Echols.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. How are you, sir? I know you've been busy.
Just a little bit.
Well, just a little bit, huh? It's a lot going on, sir.
Yes, it is. Sorry for the delay.
Okay, take your time. Hope it's not delayed because of the many different things you want to bring up.
All right, if everyone is ready, we'll begin. So this is not an adversary hearing, so there will be no cross-examination of witnesses by the city councilor, but I may ask for clarification for any statements if needed. Midtown Bar and Grill will present your case, and after your presentation, I may ask additional questions, but then conclude or announce the end of the hearing, and then I'll let you know what the next steps will be. All right, so we'll call the meeting to order. We are proceeding today in accordance with the Health Commissioner's show cause orders for Midtown Bar and Grill. This is not an adversary. This is not an adversary hearing and is not a forum for public input. The only persons to be heard today are Midtown Bar and Grill's attorney and such other persons as Midtown Bar and Grill wishes to present. The issue is whether the Health Commissioner's closure order should remain in force. We have a court reporter recording the proceedings today, so I ask all persons to mute their microphones except for Midtown Bar and Grill parties. You may proceed.
First, we want to thank you for the opportunity to discuss and actually go over some of these issues that were raised. But what we have done, though, in light of what we feel is an effort on behalf of Midtown to come into compliance, is we want to just say that all of the employees at Midtown appreciate what the city does. The owners of Midtown appreciate the efforts that the city puts forth. We know that that is not an easy task. We want to say that in light of the circumstances, there were times when the employees and maybe staff at Midtown did not act promptly to curb certain issues that may have come up. But at the same time, we do realize that we want to stay in business. There are people that work for Midtown, that rely on Midtown for employment, feed their families, and provide for their children. So we know that that's not your problem, that's our problem, but your problem is that you have to make sure that businesses are compliant. And we want to try to be compliant, and we want to try to stay in compliance. So in that light, I took the liberty of preparing what we call the Midtown Compliance Commitment. All right. I don't know if you have it in front of you or not, but Ashley, I sent that to you. You have it?
The one you sent yesterday?
Yes.
I don't know that Dr. Echols has had a chance to read it since it was sent yesterday evening. But
Okay.
what I suggest you do is present that information now.
Okay. All right. Here it is. Dr. Echols.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. In an effort to comply with the City of St. Louis's rules and regulations regarding the prevention of the spreading of COVID-19 by patrons, employees, and managers, Midtown commits to the following. 1, Midtown will reduce the number of patrons by removing several tables on the inside of the establishment. 2, Midtown will comply with the city's 50% mandate regarding inside occupancy. 3, Midtown will place markers on the floor, walls, and bathrooms, insisting that patrons respect and abide by the social distancing requirement of 6 feet. 4, Midtown will implement and enforce the no smoking requirement. Midtown will put up signage and employees will enforce the requirement. 5, Midtown will place hand sanitizer in convenient places and on the bar. 6, all Midtown employees will wear masks. This mandate will be strictly enforced. 7, on the outside of Midtown outdoor patio, all tables will be 6 feet apart. 8, managers and employees will circulate the premises enforcing mask mandates and social distancing compliance. 9, in regards to food service, buffet will be eliminated. Staff will serve food from time to time when it is available. And I say that is because most of the time, Midtown just provides free food, okay? Bar surfaces, all surfaces will be wiped down by Midtown staff throughout the day and night. Personal prevention practices, number 11. Frequent hand washing by Midtown managers and staff. All employees and managers to wear masks. All managers and employees will participate in cleaning as needed. Employees and managers will wear gloves when removing garbage and handling trash. 12, signage and messages. Midtown will post signs in highly visible locations, particularly at the entrance and throughout the building. Messages. Midtown will post messages to customers and staff on ways to prevent the spreading of germs. Cleaning and disinfecting. All frequently touched surfaces, cash register, door handle, workstations, sinks, and bathrooms will be cleaned and disinfected regularly during the time the bar is open. 14, establish a disinfection routine. Midtown will train staff on proper cleaning, timing, and procedure to ensure safe and correct application of disinfections. Midtown will use individual packages of sugar, salt, mustard, ketchup, etc., in order to avoid contact from bottles. Finally, Midtown is open to any suggestions and ideas that the city may have to further help cut the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Those are the items that Ms. Barron asked me to put together for the Midtown Compliance Committee.
Do you have any video footage, or do you capture any video footage of what happens in your establishment?
Do I have any video footage of what happens?
Right. So, is there any? Do you have video cameras or anything like to capture video footage of what happens let's say during business hours, after business hours in the establishment.
Yes, sir, yes, we do. Yes, we do. And this was the Midtown Compliance Commitment. I also took the liberty of drafting a consent decree, if you don't mind. And I would wanted to just go over some of that.
Sure. Yeah, the floor is
Okay.
yours.
Okay. On stipulation of the parties, it is ordered as follows. From and after the date of this order, plaintiff shall be permitted to reopen for business at Midtown Bar and Grill located at 2816 North Vandeventer, subject to following the terms and conditions. In the event the city's health commissioner determines in his sole discretion that the plaintiff is not in compliance with the foregoing conditions at Midtown, the health commissioner may order such venue to be closed forthwith until the health commissioner determines that the measures as spelled out herein are met. 1, television screen at Midtown will be dedicated to displaying reminders concerning social distancing and mask mandates as prescribed by the health commissioner. B, internal signage will be prominently posted in Midtown at multiple locations to remind patrons of social distancing and mask mandates as prescribed by the health commissioners. Health commissioner, employees and management will circulate among patrons regularly to remind patrons of social distancing and mask mandates as prescribed by the health commissioner. Respondents' employees will continue to require that all patrons be masked upon entering, with masks to be provided by respondent. Respondent employees will submit to temperature checks upon reporting to work and require patrons to submit the temperature checks prior to entry, and shall exclude any employee or patron from entry if the temperature exceeds 99.5. I don't know, whatever the rule is, whatever your requirement is, sir. Respondents will continue to monitor employees for symptoms of flu-like illnesses and shall not permit any employee with symptoms to continue at work. Prior to reopening, Midtown at its expense shall install video surveillance capable of monitoring activity at the door and throughout the bar. Said video will be provided to the health commissioner upon request. And I have that incorporates also, this document incorporates the Midtown Compliance Commitment. So it all be one document. And this is, of course, for your consideration. I just took the liberty. A lot of times people need something to work from. And so I took the liberty of preparing something so we can mark it up.
Mr. Bosley, be sure to email me a copy of that after the.
I sent it. You should have it. I sent it.
Oh, the consent decree?
Yes.
I didn't get a copy of that one.
Okay.
But let me double check. I have the rules and the answer, but I don't have the consent decree.
Okay. All right. Here it comes. Here it comes. Okay. It'll take you a couple minutes to get it.
And I'm wondering if the business owner has anything to add to what's already been shared.
Well, I participated in creating all these rules or whatever, and I plan, to do my best to follow. This is a family business, and 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 we plan to apply because it serves the neighborhood. You know, it helps a lot. Not only do we employ people, we do a lot of things for the neighborhood. So we would like to continue to do that. I'm a firm believer of the social distance and helping stop the COVID virus or whatever. And I know that it's difficult it's not that we don't try to enforce it, but it's really difficult to try to get people to understand. And it's not that we haven't tried and suggest the word of mask and all the sanitation and stuff. And I guess what it comes down to is just gonna be, some people, it's just gonna be, we may lose some business or whatever, but to stay open and to progress, it's okay. And I'm willing to ensure that.
And Dr. Echols, I forgot, I know you have mask for summation, but in this regard, Midtown has been closed at least 2 weeks now. So I would respectfully request, sir, that whatever we do, we get credit for time served, and that time served be the actual extent of the shutting of the business, and that we be allowed to go back into operation as soon as possible, and after we have implemented all of the required commitments that we've made here.
Is there anything else that you all would like to add at this time?
It's more, I'm sorry, excuse me. Do you have the consent decree now?
I do have it. Thank you.
Okay, all right, okay. I just asked, sir, that you give us your utmost consideration. We know things are very difficult for you and for the city. You all in a tight spot right now, and you got a lot of things going on. But we'd like to get open as soon as possible. And we understand that there were some things that we were non-compliant about, but we believe that we are able to fix these things, and that we are able and willing to go into operation as soon as possible.
All right, I don't have any additional questions at this time. And so what we'll do is we'll conclude the meeting. I'll deliberate with my counsel, and we'll provide a response to Mr. Boslin, the owner of Midtown Bar and Grill, promptly upon making our decision.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Faith.